Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Big Tech Frenzy. Today's video, I got to be honest with you guys, it's AI. Maybe we can talk about some SoFi if we get around to it as well. There was two analyst reports on SoFi that I also wanted to talk about. So it might find its way. It might, SoFi might rear its head, but it's a big day for artificial intelligence, as the great and powerful NVDA, Jensen Huang, ended up seeing his stock raise to $195.30. It was crazy because whenever I made my original $250 price target by year end, I think the stock was $130 or so. So to put more than $100 extra, essentially doubling the company from there, I was called crazy. I still am called crazy because we don't have a lot left in the year, but my price target is still ways away off. So that said, a bunch of people said, no, you know what, 150 is in the cards, maybe 160, 170, 180. Now, as we're surpassing that, people are realizing that the AI market is not slowing down. Demand continues to accelerate, and the difference between NVIDIA and its competitors just seemingly is getting larger. So, the market's realizing this. We saw an unbelievable price target of $300 that was set today by CJ Muse at Cantor Fitzgerald. And just wow. Let's go ahead and read the report, and then we can get into it. I think Amit actually had covered this on his X. This man covers everything on X. He is the great. He'll go down as one of the greats, but let's go ahead and read this. This is not a bubble, and we are still early in this investment cycle. Put simply, Jensen and the team are as focused and competitive as ever, and they're playing to win. We do not see a scenario. Listen to that. Not that there's a certain chance of potential downside. We literally do not see a scenario where NVIDIA fails to secure at least 75% of the AI accelerator market over time. They also see an $8 EPS target for next year and $11 of EPS in 2027. Both of these estimates being 50% higher than where the street's consensus is currently at. Come on. Is that not exciting? Tibby Two Stacks says, thank you for all that you do. It's clear you genuinely care about helping people and changing lives financially. Rather than just promoting a program, your passion, authenticity, and consistency truly makes a lasting difference. You know what I should do? I should spend that money, Tibby. Thank you so much, by the way. That was a genuine comment, and I really do appreciate it. I'm going to spend that money on some English lessons and teaching myself how to read, because I'm still going through that to this day. Numbers just work easier. The numbers are easier than the words, for sure. But thank you. I saw your message. I saw it. Was there more to it? Okay. Let's continue back on with NVIDIA here for a moment, though, as they just continue to dominate, and then we'll try to have some guests on later to talk about NVIDIA as well. But yeah, $300 price target. Let me go ahead and bring up the other analysts that ended up reporting. Nothing as high as $300, but I think we also got a $250 as well. Remember, these are 12-month out price predictions. We got a $250, a $275, and a $210. Absolutely crazy how bullish these are now. It's just nuts. So the 250s that I said is now not as crazy. Obviously, these are 12 months out, but you see where my head was at to begin with. I think the thing that people continue to discount, same thing with the AI models, is that whenever you're in this complete rush that companies put out, better and better programs or better and better models, better and better chips, and then whichever one is at the top, that's the one that they think, will end up getting beat because the next company has not posted their new product. So what I'm trying to suggest is that because AMD is working on a future product that could potentially be better than what NVIDIA has today, they're not thinking about where NVIDIA will be by the time AMD ends up dropping, like an MI 450 or something like this. So the speed at which Jensen is focused on dominating the AI landscape, that same commitment that's been there for 30 plus years and he's essentially never lost. Who is to think that all of a sudden now it's going to change something and he's not going to be able to hire the top talent to get them there, not be able to, design the best chips in the world, have somehow weaker relationships? It's just not going to happen. So I remain extremely bullish on NVIDIA. This is by far the largest investment I've ever had in a dollar basis, in a percentage basis, at least for a long time. And onward and upward. No AI bubble. That's the hope. Google ended up putting out Gemini Enterprise today, or at least talked about it for Gemini at Work 2025. This is essentially a program that's across their entire platform to help launch new agents, help design models that are specific to companies, information that it is fed directly, and essentially help across the organization. So even for, Google Meet to other video platforms, to chat bots, to everything, having one integrated solution that Gemini is going to market with. So very exciting, very focused on agentic work for Gemini. And they also posted that they are now doing 1.3 quadrillion tokens per month right now. Per month. This is going to continuously exponentially scale as not only more people coming onto the market, but then the products that they're using, like going from, single chat bots to reasoning models to image generation to video generation. All of these things are only going to need more tokens, which at the end of the day is going to come down to either Google tensor processing units or NVIDIA GPUs. But don't just take my word for it. Let's hear from one of the greats. Ladies and gentlemen, Stephen Fiorillo.
What's going on?
How are you doing?
You said tokens.
Yeah.
You like that?
What is that?
Nice little 5-ounce silver paperweight I keep.
Nice. It's at your paperweight's at an all-time high.
Tell me about it. My paperweight is appreciating in value.
Yeah. When did you get it?
A while ago. Somebody got it for me.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So what the heck is going on with NVIDIA?
I keep telling you, you were right. I was wrong. Thank you for putting me on the path. Thank you for putting me on the straight and narrow. I've seen the light. And I think I've been an absolute Super Bowl on NVIDIA for the past year, maybe longer at this point.
Yeah, you're bullish now.
I've been bullish. I'm even more bullish now. I bought more last week, I think.
Yeah.
Wow.
He calls me. He goes. I've got some money. NVIDIA or BMNR? And I think my answer was both.
Right, and that's what I did. And then I bought more BMNR today.
Yeah, me too.
I think I got it like 56.88 or something like that.
If the dips dip, you got to buy. I mean, come on now.
Give me opportunities like that, I'll take it.
Yeah. So where are we heading by end of year here on NVIDIA? I mean, are you thinking that we can actually get to 250, or you think I'm way out of line?
Look, if I've learned anything, don't bet against the mustache.
Okay.
All right. If I've learned anything, don't bet against the mustache.
My end of year targets have historically not been correct. I mean, but in the long run, I think I do okay. But sometimes I have to wait longer than I'd like to.
Dude, you're that guy that when anybody asks them if they're good at something, I get by. And then you end up being like the best at the sport. So
That's not, that is not me, but
that's so you. So you.
well, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, look, I think I was very surprised at the run because this started running on basically nothing. Not nothing, but there wasn't a catalyst for it to do what it did. And then as it was doing what it did, all this news started coming out to validate the recent run. And I think you saw the chart that I put together about, or the table I put together about how much the analysts have taken up earnings estimates. I still think NVIDIA is cheap, which may sound crazy to people, but everybody wants to talk about growth. Everybody wants to pay up for growth, but they only want to pay up for revenue growth, which never made sense to me. I'd rather pay up for profitability growth, and I miss opportunities because of that. But at the same time, NVIDIA's gotten cheaper on EPS. And the fact that you can still pay, let's get an exact number right now. Hold on. Based off of today's numbers, you're still paying 25 times 2027 earnings. I mean, that's crazy.
Did you see the CJ Muse report that put a $300 price target on NVIDIA 12 months out?
I did. I don't
Crazy.
even know if that's crazy.
Well, I think the recognition finally from Wall Street that the largest company in the world has, you know, almost a double in the next year.
Right, so let's think about this, right? Going to 300, that would be what, like 54% or something like that from where we are now? Is you're at 192?
From where, sorry? To
You
250?
say going to 300.
Yeah.
What that report said. So we're at 192. So there was that like 54% or so
Yeah.
that would need to go up. So right now you have a situation where you may have data center constraints, which tells you that everybody's just going to buy as many chips as they can. And here's the big thing: the new AMD chips that were in that deal with OpenAI, they don't start shipping until Q3, second half of 2026. Where's all the chips coming from until then? NVIDIA. And where's most of the chips coming from after that? NVIDIA. So you look at the news from Microsoft today. I mean, you saw that news, right?
Yes. Yeah. The first GB300 cluster.
4,600 Blackwell Ultra GPUs. And then you think about what Jensen said, that their NVIDIA systems are, what do you say, 1,000 acres? Or was it 100 acres the size? I can't remember. In his CNBC interview.
I don't remember.
I don't
remember.
I'm pretty sure it was 1,000 acres. Like the size of these data centers are becoming so big. And the fact that Microsoft is saying that they're going to scale to hundreds of thousands of GB300s, okay, what happens when the next era of chips comes out? They're just going to buy those also. They're not waiting for these to depreciate. They're going to use these and the new ones. So all roads lead back to NVIDIA.
Yeah, did you see that semi-analysis $75 million thing? Here, wait, let me see if I can bring this up. Yeah, NVIDIA ended up tweeting it, actually.
No, I did not.
They were just showing off semi-analysis, Inference Max. You saw this?
No, I did not.
Okay. I'm getting some echo, by the way. Are you hearing that? Let me know if anyone hears an echo. Okay, so they were showing off the H200 NVL8s, which is not long ago. It's the Hopper 200 platform, okay? So now the Grace Blackwell 200 NVL72s, and the cost and the GPU costs, which is, to be honest, much higher than what it was before, but the potential for revenue was $5 million before. Now it's $75 million, and the margin actually expands. So it's much better for a company to upgrade, use less land, less power, and the output the total output increases multiples and multiples and multiples over. And this is just the GB200 NVL72s. Now, like Microsoft just put out the GB300 NVL72s, we're eventually going to get the VR 200 NVL 144s, the Vera Rubins. That's coming after this. And it's only going to continuously stack on multiples of potential revenue from those businesses. So that's what Microsoft can ask for their customers. I think this is insane. And not only, hold on, like, can I stack on one extra thing? So you would say, hey, because of this increased amount of efficiency, then the pricing would end up getting completely commoditized and companies would lower their costs. But that's actually not what they're seeing. Amazon is raising their Blackwell per hour pricing.
I saw that. Yeah.
How funny is this? That now they can ask, NVIDIA essentially could ask even more from their customers because they're charging more. Like, it's incredible. Unreal. So where are we in this cycle? Obviously, there's more chips to go, but do we have the products necessary for people to still find more and more token generation needs?
Can you handle the truth?
I don't know if I can. Let's hear it.
I was waiting till you swallowed so you didn't spit it out.
Yeah, you're saving my setup.
I wasn't going to do it to you. All right.
Go ahead.
We're in 1989. We're not even in 96. We're not even in 97. We're not even in 98 or 99.
We're in the 80s.
We're not even in the 90s. We're in the 80s. How about that?
Now I think we're closer to 99 than ever.
No.
Now, honestly, now I think we are in a bubble.
No. Here's why, and I'll back it up, right? And this is going to make sense for you. Technology has never stood still. Technology has always progressed, okay? Cloud computing has been out for a decade now.
Yeah, a little over.
A little over. So cloud computer's been out for just over a decade. And you still have companies that still need more cloud compute, and companies are still on-prem, and we're still seeing major expansion in cloud. You're still seeing major expansion in SaaS. AI is going to be bigger than both of them. We are still in the infancy. Now, I'm not saying we're not going to get a retracement or we're not going to have a market that reverses, but where we are in the cycle of AI is 89, maybe 88, because I'll go more bullish than Ives and Tom Lee on that, because I don't think this is something that's going to stop. We haven't even started with full self-driving. We haven't even started with humanoid robotics. We haven't even started with AGI. What happens when we actually start with all that?
Well, I think you're correct in the token generation. I think we're not even at a fraction of a 1% right now. Like,
no, I agree with you.
Because this is going to be in every single function completely. In every household, in every function, every business is going to be on accelerated compute. But that said, the amount that NVIDIA can charge for that, as the chips are essentially getting 30x better or double Moore's law right now, is the acceleration right now in compute, that is going to solve a lot of that issue as well. Like it doesn't mean that the revenue is going to trail 1-to-1 on the token generation.
Yeah, and I'm not making a prediction on generation of token or anything like that. I'm just saying where we are in the grand scheme of things is more early than what people think. because AI is going to be the next big computing platform. We haven't even seen the companies build off of it for the next huge companies. We're still in the infancy. Your Amazons, your Alphabets, your Metas, they're not even built yet on AI. So
Yeah, but there was a .com bubble before
you
we
want to go down that rabbit hole?
saw the companies that were built
Do you
online.
want to go down that rabbit hole?
Sure.
Okay. So big difference with the .com bubble and this, and I'm going to do another big post about this, is the .com bubble was fueled by debt, mainly from venture. You had cheap rates, dirt cheap money, internet was brand new, and it was a huge phase. I lived through it. Okay. I remember it. I felt it. Now, you had companies getting valuations because they put .com in their name, and they were getting all this capital thrown at them because nobody knew better at the time. This is different. This is the biggest companies in the world fueling this from profitability. Oracle with the bond sales a little different. You can't even look at that because Microsoft, Alphabet, Amazon, and Meta are not tapping the debt markets to fuel their build out. And NVIDIA is not tapping the debt markets to fuel all of the stuff that they're doing. This is much, much different than the .com era. And this is only going to get bigger because data centers were already a thing. Now we're just expanding the use cases of what companies need. This is night and day, completely different.
Well, I think you're right that there's completely different winners in this space than last time. I do think that there is a bubble being formed, not with the Metas and the Amazons and the Googles, but there is absolutely, anyone can do this. Go quit your job, start a startup, and put AI in its name, and it'll get funded. Like, I mean, there's just endless amount of capital in venture venture markets, private markets, for tiny AI startups that honestly are not doing anything unique or original or have any real IP. So
Yeah. Look, there are pockets of the market that are expensive, and you can find that in any market. Does Oklo make any sense? No. Makes zero sense that it's getting a valuation because they may be able to do small nuclear reactors next to data centers in 3 to 5 years. And it's benefiting from the lax energy policies from this administration that are trying to pave the way for all this to happen. But they're a pre-revenue company being valued at 15 billion. Yet a company like Southern Company or NextEra Energy that already has a nuclear footprint isn't feeling the same benefit. 27% of Georgia's, and that's the state right outside of Florida, 27% of their electricity is from nuclear from Southern Company. Yet they're not getting a bid, but they're already doing it. They're running, I think, 7 or 8 nuclear reactors across 3 sites. Like if you go to southernnuclear.com, you can see the entire footprint. So you're right, and I agree with you. There are parts of the market that are very expensive. But if those companies go kaplooey, doesn't matter for the S&P, they're not in it.
no, I agree. But you don't think that if the lower rung of, I don't know, I'm playing devil's advocate here, but that there won't be some correction in some of the larger names if people think that spending is going to slow?
Look, I think you can have a correction now. There, I mean, a 10% correction would be healthy at some point. Could happen to the start of it, could happen tomorrow, could happen in a couple of months from now. But all this speculation about it's just like Google search is the perfect analogy. What did I continuously tell people? Search is not dying. Look at the numbers. I don't care about the underlying metrics. You can cherry pick whatever facts you want. Look at revenue. Has search ever gone down in revenue? No. Keeps getting bigger. It's the same thing with the spend. The fears around spending stopping or reversing are just fears until it actually happens. And there's no indication it's going to happen anytime soon. And I'm listening to what the CEOs of those companies are saying. I'm looking at what their actions are. And when Microsoft says that they're going to increase to over 100 billion this year, and they're coming out with all these things, and you get OpenAI doing what they're doing, There is no way that Meta, Alphabet, or Amazon doesn't come over the top or come out with some big announcements on the Q3 earnings call. There's no way.
So another question I have is that if the spending does continue, it only widens. These companies are not growing as fast as their CapEx is growing. So eventually we're going to start seeing negative free cash flows. When do the more value side investors that want growth in free cash flow start to complain and sell this stock because maybe Mark Zuckerberg or Satya Nadella is over investing in the future?
I don't know that they're going to get, I don't know that that matters per se, because I think there's enough people that are going to want to buy them regardless. So let's look at what, and I have it somewhere, what their actual free cash flows are. Because I think we're a long way off from them going negative free cash flow.
It depends on what company you're looking at.
Hold on. Hold on. All right, I have all of them.
Yeah, Microsoft did actually just say that, I think today, that they cannot grow due to capacity.
Yeah, they did just say that.
Which is insane. But that does not apply for names like Meta, OpenAI, XAI. These names need to make, revenue themselves. They're not just the cloud provider.
Bring up what my thing. Is that too small?
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, that fits everything. There you go.
I mean, Meta's free cash flow is still $52 billion.
Yeah. Okay, wait, hold on. I would like to see it on a, here, wait, we can chart this out.
I mean, but at the same time, while you're charting that out, the free cash flow going negative, we're a long ways off from that. Alphabet's free cash flow is over $66 billion. Microsoft's is $69 billion. Meta's
I haven't looked at Meta's exactly. I think their CapEx is growing at like 70% or something.
I mean, look, Amazon's free cash flow is only $20 billion, and they're spending the most out of everybody on a TTM basis. So could they go negative? Yes, but we're a long way off from these companies going negative altogether. And Alphabet spending the way they're spending and Microsoft spending the way they're spending, even if Microsoft doesn't grow cash from operations, which is unlikely, and they spend $100 billion over the next 12 months instead of $61 billion, they're still left over with $30 billion of free cash flow. Now, is that a valuation that people like? I've always thought when you get toward 20 multiple on free cash flow, it's a value company, and around 30 is where I'd like to see things, but between that 20 to 30 mark, I think is a good value for a company that is growing its EPS. But you look at these big companies, they're not in any, there's no reason to worry about their ability to produce cash from operations, especially when it keeps going up as they deploy more to CapEx.
Okay, wait, hold on. Hold on a second here. Let me share my screen. Okay, so let's take a look. This is Meta's, drag this back a little bit. Meta's free cash flow. Over the last little bit, free cash flow has been going down, now at $9 billion. Okay. Capital expenditures have...
You're talking about on a quarterly basis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Capital expenditures have been increasing. And if we look at, I'll just erase this and go to capital expenditure percent change over time. So year over year basis, capital expenditures have been doubling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that's been increasing over time. Whereas free cash flow, we have a bad marker there. So let me just try to get rid of that. Free cash flow has been decreasing or a much slower rate than CapEx has been increasing. So eventually those, I mean, it's already inverted, but if CapEx continues to climb and free cash flow is not, or I should have put cash from operations instead, and cash from operations is not growing as fast as CapEx, then we're going to see negative free cash flow.
Do it on cash from ops versus CapEx.
You want to see this in a line? Or, sorry, let's do this. Sorry. Cash from operating activities as a percent change. I'll hide that, and I'll hide free cash flow. Yeah, so cash from operating activities is not growing as fast as capital expenditures. So I mean, we already knew this because
right, but
free cash flow is going down.
But CapEx isn't even 50% of their cash from operations on a TTM basis.
I know, but how many more quarters of doubling CapEx? Like, someone says, what website is this? Great question. This is Fiscal AI, ladies and gentlemen. You can get a amazing discount in the description. They are a sponsor of the channel. Okay, thank you. And that wasn't even a paid promo right there, but it should have been. This is a great app, though. So how long of doubling CapEx until these companies or investors start to complain?
Well, Zuck already said he'd rather lose a couple $100 billion than not invest enough. So I don't think you're going to see Meta shareholders complain about building out when everybody else is building out. Remember, he was the only one that was going down this rabbit hole with the metaverse. And that's why Gerstner, myself, and other people were saying, this is getting a little crazy. But everybody is doing this. And Meta cannot be in a position, nor can Alphabet, nor can Amazon, nor can Microsoft. They cannot be in a position where if they want to be a dominant factor in this, they have to spend in the God build. And unlike the dot-com bubble, it's being funded by profitability.
It's a great chart that you like to bring up is, what is it? Capital expenditures. And then we'll look at not NVIDIA, Microsoft. Apple doesn't really need to be there, but
no. You're the big four. Alphabet.
Well, no, I want Oracle.
Oracle doesn't count.
Why?
Because they're very behind in the game.
What?
Oracle's very behind.
Yeah, but why does that matter? Why don't you just want to see them regardless?
Put them in.
Isn't that beautiful? So
I
now
don't know what I'm looking at, so I can't tell you if it's beautiful or not.
This is Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Meta, and Oracle.
But what are we looking at?
Capital expenditures.
Okay.
So this is capital expenditures on a quarterly basis. We're now doing $97 billion in CapEx in the last quarter alone. Next quarter, that is guaranteed to pass 100 billion. A quarter.
Yeah. It's crazy.
And by the way, this does not include if OpenAI, for example, right now they're using partners like Microsoft
or XAI because they're private companies.
Well, yeah, but if they continue to use companies like Azure, because that's really what OpenAI is using today, right? Azure and Google Cloud and all those, you still are seeing a lot of OpenAI spend in this chart. But if they start to make their own data centers, then it's not going to pop up in this chart.
Correct. And they are. This is the first time they're going to be buying directly from NVIDIA.
Right, exactly. So you're probably still seeing it in these charts. Throw on a Nebius or a CoreWeave and these sort of names on top of this and get some of those in here as well. And actually, I just want to see what that looks like because I bet it's small and it's brand new, but still, yeah. There you go. Slap on a couple extra, Bill. We're now at 99.7. And then I have no clue what Nebius's look like right now. Did that even add a thing?
No.
But yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Well,
I like looking at that.
You know what's even better? Can you contrast that against NVIDIA's revenue?
Yeah.
Contrast it against NVIDIA's revenue because all roads lead back to NVIDIA.
Or I don't know if I can. If I look at revenue, it'd probably show me every company's revenue. But I can look at them in two different charts. But yeah, if we stack this against revenue, then hide that really quick. What am I looking at? Oh no, this is revenue growth. And then, yeah, I'd have to hide them all, but not the best way to do it for sure.
You can't just do revenue from NVIDIA versus them.
Well,
regardless, look at that revenue growth from NVIDIA, and we remember how much the CapEx spend has increased. So, I mean, it's only going to get bigger.
yeah. Isn't that nuts?
Nuts.
And that's assuming, like, if Cantor Fitzgerald is correct, that their market share in the AI space is going to stay at above 75% market share, and the market in general grows at 50%. That's NVIDIA's hope right now.
It's going to be crazy.
And by the way, none of the analysts are suggesting that that's going to continue to happen. So, of course, consensus for them is much lower. But yeah. Okay.
We'll see. And I did have somebody try to talk me out of buying more BMNR. They said it's a scam, and I should be buying other things.
I didn't even get that. Like, I mean, I saw that report from, who was it? You saw the Carradale report? They said they're bullish or they're relatively bullish on Ethereum, but anti BMNR. But the treasury strategy has worked. I mean, like MicroStrategy has returned more than what Bitcoin has returned in shareholder returns. So I don't even understand their point. Like, how do you play it now if you're able to stake in New York? Do you care about BMNR anymore? Or,
of course.
But why BMNR over Ethereum in general?
Well, I own both, but I don't know how to restake and restake through DeFi. These companies are going to be doing both, in addition to staking regularly. So they're going to be able to generate more yield than me, and their yield becomes significantly more than what I'm going to be generating because I own a pebble compared to what they own, a grain of sand on Ethereum. And that's all going to be accredited net income that they can do whatever they want to do with. And when you get to 5%, the network benefits, the validator benefits, I mean, I do think that BMNR is going to do very well. I mean, my buddy is trying to get, he's up 700 and something, maybe like 730% or so on freaking these little biotech companies that are worth $18 million and stuff like that, because he's reading through all these data reports, he's in all these forums, and he's a really smart guy. But I keep saying to him, I'm like, dude, I'm not fucking interested. Like, don't do it. I don't want to know. I don't care. It's not for me. I hope you're up 2,000%. It is not my cup of tea. I don't want to invest in a $15 million company.
What does this have to do with BMNR?
He's trying to tell me to buy that stuff instead of BMNR because of how much he's up. And Ethereum is a scam. Or no, BMNR is a scam. So
yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I think first off, the owner of BMNR is not someone off the street. I think you definitely have to give a lot of credit to somebody who's created a 25 plus year long relationship with Wall Street. He's probably not looking for an exit scam right now.
Yeah, Tom Lee. I feel like Tom Lee is somebody that can be trusted.
Yeah, I do too.
Just saying.
I do too. On top of that, the treasury strategy is proven. It's worked. And this is with a token that honestly I have more faith in than Bitcoin. And I'm not anti-Bitcoin in any way. I just love the utility, the usability of Ethereum, along with the potential yield. Those things allow me to have faith in, like, okay, if there's a slowdown, if there's complete stagnation or just a stagnant price on Ethereum for a long time, at least BMNR will still earn something. MicroStrategy has, payouts if it stays flat and nothing to yield, coming into them. So BMNR is just a strategy that I fully understand, and it's worked. There's not another digital asset treasury that I would trust anymore. They've all completely stagnated and fallen below, market net asset value. But Tom Lee has Wall Street like this.
I do want to say one thing to everybody in the chat. I'm not going to tell you any of the things because I don't believe in them. And if they don't work out, they are very small companies. I'm not going to tell you any of the names that he has sent to me. But I will show you what he sent me. 792% year to date is what he's up on that stuff.
But he won't let you in on it.
But no, look,
Steve is greedy.
You could have made more money on Robinhood.
Is that true?
I don't know. Maybe a year and a half. You could have made more money on Robinhood. When was it at $10? Like a year and a half ago?
Yeah, a little longer. Yeah.
Right. So I'm just saying that what he's doing is very risky, and I'm not going to read through clinical trials, and I'm not going to try to understand that stuff or do that type of research because it's not something I understand. But BMNR, to me, I did the research. I understand it. The stablecoin aspect, the tokenization aspect. I think that there's going to be such a big realm of what is built on layer 2 that I think that BMNR is going to do very well because I think Ethereum is going to do well.
Yeah, we just saw this large chain. I forget what it was called. I should have saved it, like Plata or something like this. They were essentially an AI business that was working with Near AI, which is another L1, and was developing on their chain. And then they just realized that this is so much harder and useless, so they just converted to be on ETH as an L2. So you have all these businesses that are converting over to Ethereum. Robinhood tokenizing shares just went live today in the EU. They just posted about that. You can now buy 400 plus US companies all on Ethereum. Like, we're just starting to see the use cases get unlocked here, and regulation is in its favor. The Trump administration is in Ethereum's favor. Like,
regulation just happened, or I should say,
halfway
not
happened.
regulation, but clarity and framework just happened in July. And you still have another 3.5 years of this administration and a pro-crypto landscape. And I'll argue that no matter who wins in 2028, I don't think this is a genie that can be put back in the bottle at this point.
I agree.
And I think in order to win, you're going to have to embrace crypto.
Crypto is a pretty bipartisan issue too. Like, it's not like, once this term is over that this means that the flood of crypto haters start getting it. I mean, that's not what happens. So very bipartisan issue, very global issue, and actually benefits global investors much more than it does US markets. Like, our payment rails, our equity markets, our security and banking is actually decent. It's more the global markets that need it much more. The parts that the US could benefit from is more the settlement times. That's going to change for payments and for these sort of things. But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of money globally, and even enabling people to buy, like for tokenizing stocks and these sort of things. A lot of these other countries do not have brokerages the way that we do. Free commission, access to high quality US names. So, the access to capital markets in other countries is just non-existent. They don't want to hold stocks because the stocks that they're able to buy and the prices that it costs them to buy those companies is way too high. So once you open up the ability to buy an NVIDIA and a Microsoft and these sort of things, those are globally wanted assets. And if there's more money flowing into the exact same companies, that actually expands. Not only does that help Ethereum, but that also expands the multiple on those US assets. Because there's only so many shares outstanding, but the amount of money that wants them increases.
You're very right.
It's true. Like
you're right. I think that you've done some of the best DD on this.
You know, I'm in Toronto, right? And we ended up having a big immigration sort of boom over the last few years, and real estate prices skyrocketed because you had a bunch of international investors come in and throw new money at an existing market. What happens whenever that happens to capital markets in general? You open up the entire world to buy all the same US assets. You're going to see an expansion of multiples because there's just more buyers that are willing to take on that risk. So I don't know. People say it's different this time, and those are famous last words or whatever, but we've never had access to financial markets like we have, not even today, what we will have in the next, 2-3 years, really.
Do you mind if I go down a little bit of a rabbit hole to build off of what you just said?
Yeah.
Back in the 70s and 80s and 60s, pensions were the main source of retirement. That is now moved to 401k plans in the US. And 401ks, 403bs, 403as, whichever you have, whether you're for profit or not for profit, where's most of the money going that? Oh, either target date funds or total market or S&P funds. All that money goes into the market. So you have people consistently buying every 2 weeks. And you've never seen this type of inflow of cash. You didn't have this 10, 15 years ago the way it is now. And with them upping the limits and more people having more financial literacy and understanding more about saving for retirement, it is just so much more coming into the market that there's a reason every dip just gets bought. And keep in mind, while the printing press did go on during COVID, okay, the fact that you had the country or part of the country shut down for any given amount of time, and the market had a V-shaped recovery inside of a couple of months. I mean, think about it. The market went down by so much in March, and then by August, you were at new levels. Every dip gets bought, and sure, you can have a retracement, but there's no other place to put money at this point. So all the retirement money is going into equities, that's not going into real estate.
I agree. And just speaking of 401ks, Trump wants alternative assets to be purchased in 401ks, opening up to crypto purchases.
I have a problem with the way 401ks are ran, and this whole idea that we have to save people from themselves and all this other stuff. Listen, everybody's adults. But you should have the ability to sign a waiver and be able to allocate your money how you would like to allocate it. That's just my own opinion. I mean, I'm not saying it's for everybody, and I'm not saying that you should have to sign a waiver to do that. It shouldn't just be an option. But I do think that we should have the ability to invest in what we want to invest in. It's the same thing with accessing the private markets. I don't think that it's okay that you have to be an accredited investor in order to have the ability to maybe get an allocation of certain stocks from EquityZen or places like that. I mean, you should have to sign a waiver. And the reason I say that is if somebody makes $100,000 a year and they're not an accredited investor, they can still go to the casino and lose their life savings. They can honestly go on lottery tickets.
I think it should be a quiz that you have to pass personally. I think there's too many waivers that people just, like when's the last time you actually read a waiver and then you sign away your life? So But I do think some sort of market competency test that allows people to have access to extremely risky assets or private market. Like, I think it's crazy that you can go and buy fart coin and meme coins and all these things, but you can't buy OpenAI or SpaceX.
Like, what are we doing?
It's insane.
It's insane.
Especially now because private markets are getting so large. Like Stripe will never go public.
Why would they? Why would they want to deal with everything they have to deal with in the public markets?
Yeah. Yeah. But the fact that I don't know. It's nuts. It's nuts. But what else was I going to say? You keeping any eyes on PayPal these days?
I texted our buddy Roy and said, your twin's doing pretty well.
Yeah, 75.75 where it closed out on the market. At one point on the day, it ended up being $77.29. Worth a little toe in the water, or we not touching it?
Look, I think PayPal's undervalued. So
yeah, but you also said they've been just absolutely burning shareholder capital by doing buybacks and not dividends.
No, I said that I think they would have a better impact from providing a 3 or 4% dividend while buying back shares. I think you would actually get the investment community excited again because the share buybacks have done really nothing for them. So
yeah. In other news, really quick, I want to just give myself a little pat on the back. Do you remember a while ago I said that I think SoFi is going to get to 38 cents of EPS?
38 cents of EPS. I remember something about that.
In 2025. And you called him in and you said, if Tanner's right, that's insane. Because right now I think SoFi is saying they're going to do 31 cents. I said the dilution is going to help. They're actually planning to do 38.
I remember you saying that, and I said the dilution is going to help. I don't think they're going to hit 38, but you know what?
No, that's fine. That's fine.
They may hit 42.
No, okay.
42 for Rivera.
So the reason why I was setting up this is that today, Devin Ryan, JMP Securities, ended up coming out with an updated EPS for SoFi in 2025. They had it at 28 cents, and they said, hey, we actually think loans are doing better than what we thought, and they upped it to 38 cents. So they went from 7 cents of EPS in Q3 to 12 cents, and full year from 28 to 38. What are we talking about, Steve?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
Devin Ryan is the highest analyst on Wall Street that covers any bank or fintech.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a ranking like you have for blogs on Tip Ranks. He has on Wall Street. I think he's like 14th in the world right now out of 10,000 Wall Street analysts.
Bring it up. Let me see.
What? The actual report?
No, bring up Tip Ranks. Let me see where he is.
I just told you he's 14th out of 10,000.
Well, you said 10,000, so I think that's a wrong number. I think it's more like 40,000.
No, that's the blogger and expert one is 40,000. That's the total. If you're exclusively an institutional Wall Street analyst, it's 10,034.
Yeah, but they're included in the expert side.
Yes.
So just bring
You're
up.
You're just wanting me to bring up. He's 53rd in total experts.
Okay.
You're just wanting me to bring up yours.
No, I know what mine is. I'm just wanting to see what the 53rd is.
You want me to bring yours up? I'll bring yours up.
No, I don't want you to. It's not why I said to do it.
You don't want me to?
I mean, you can if you. I mean, you already started typing. I don't know if it changed. I haven't looked at it.
Why did that do nothing?
Because you are spelling it incorrect right there.
I clicked it and nothing happened. Short Tip Ranks. Is that you?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to click. Okay, you guys ready? Here's my mouse. Wait. I got to line it up.
You're moving off of it.
No, bro. No, let's not make
I got deleted. Go figure.
Yeah, you don't exist anymore.
I don't exist anymore. Crazy. Do I exist? Hold on.
I don't know. I thought I was following you, but you're...
No, I'm still there. And it changed. I'm no longer where I was, but I am ahead of him though.
What are you?
Now 37. I've moved down in the world from 16 to
What's your
37.
success rate and average return?
Success rate 78%. Yeah, but hold on. 390 out of 502. I write about a lot of stuff.
No, I'm saying 78 is insane.
Like I write about a lot of stuff.
I'm not laughing at 78.
So yeah, last week I was 11 out of all financial bloggers and 16 out of experts. That's going to change. I'm going to be back in the hundreds in a couple of weeks. So I had a really good run.
Based on our conversations, I would say your success rate is closer to 100.
Well,
I mean, the guy...
yeah, but I write about a lot of stuff that's dividends that I like that gets accounted in there also that is hit or miss.
That's fair.
I'm not writing based off of trying to get a rank on tip ranks. I write about what I want to write about and what I like. If I actually tried, I'd have a better rating, which is a little crazy to say based on where I am. But if I cared about tip ranks, I wouldn't be writing about stuff like freaking NNN or Simon Property Group. I wouldn't be writing about stuff like that or business development corporations.
Okay, I have yours up now. Sorry. It was just not working. I think I had to refresh. This is the great and powerful Stephen Fiorillo that we're talking about right now. So you're not ranked against the Wall Street analysts, or you are ranked against financial bloggers and
I think
experts.
the experts I am, not on the top one. Because I think it's the same. If you go back to the other guy you brought up, I think it's the same 42,000 or whatever.
Yeah. But they heavily benefit. I'm not taking away from your success, but they are heavily giving you the favor based on success rate, not average return. But also dividends, I'm pretty sure, are not even tracked on tip ranks.
Well, that's the other problem I have with tip ranks is they're not. And I write about a lot of closed-end funds, a lot of ETFs that I like that are very dividend focused. So that's why I don't really put a lot of stock in it.
But let's just look here really quick. Look at these latest updates. KeyBank 250. These are all like since October 6th. Okay. 235, 250, 210, 275, 300. 55% upside on the $2.75 trillion company.
Crazy.
SoFi, I don't even know if Devin Ryan's thing got updated yet. Yeah, it didn't. It came out really recently, but it's just been sell or hold crap along the way. And Devin Ryan actually updated. Yeah, it's not even up yet. But his price target that he just put out for Robinhood is 170. He upgraded it. 170. Gotta love it.
Gotta love it.
Triple crazy. Tip ranks should see Steve's biceps.
Dude, I'm not big. Like I don't understand this. Like I used to be jacked. I'm not jacked. I don't even work out.
I don't know. You got that steak picture with a mitt that I don't know. Your arm looked pretty big there.
Do I need to bring up a picture of what I actually like really looked like?
Hey, it's your day to shine. Whatever you want to do.
Jesus Christ. I don't even know if I have one on this computer.
170 by when? So analysts, whenever they put out their price targets, they're always a rolling 12 months. So whenever they update that price target today on October 9th, it's for October 9th of 2026. Okay? Unless, of course, it's said otherwise, but that's the assumption.
All right, I'm going to email something myself. You're going to laugh pretty hard.
Steve, what do you think about metals right now?
I don't follow them enough, so
No,
I couldn't tell you.
I sure don't, but I thought maybe you might have a take.
No, the closest I get to metals is gold and silver. I know. I think you're talking more about my lithium and rare
You
earths.
stick to the precious.
Yeah.
Where'd you send me this? Don't say that.
No, I'm not sending it to you. I'm putting it on my computer and I'm going to share the screen.
Oh,
I just
okay.
I set up
I thought you emailed me.
I set up a different computer to stream on because my old one was older. So I'm using a different computer, so I didn't move anything over. So hold on. So that's what I looked like back in the day.
Nothing's popping up yet. That's Steve right there on the left.
Yeah.
Jeez, man, they needed to make you a custom suit. Holy crap. You were like some guy that you did not want to mess with at a bar, eh?
All natty. No creatine either.
Damn. I know it's you from that chin.
Like, you don't freaking need, I'm telling you, you don't need any of that stuff. You just need the freaking red meat, milk, eggs, protein. That's all you need. That's all you need.
Steve looks like a Mitz wall.
Yeah.
A brick wall.
Like, when I was younger, that's what I looked like.
William says, why no creatine?
You don't need it. I mean, why? So you can freaking go off of it and lose a ton of muscle mass? Like, you don't need it.
I've never taken creatine, but
you don't need any of that stuff.
There's a lot of studies around sleep deprivation and creatine that's been coming out, these sort of things. I don't know if you're reading any of that, but
no, I don't really care. I mean, the big thing with creatine is I didn't feel that I needed it. I was not training for a specific thing. I just liked working out, and I wasn't trying to compete or do anything. Like, I ate so I wasn't sore. Like, that was my biggest thing. Like, when I worked out, I did not want to be sore in the morning or be as little sore as possible. So it's just about protein intake. That's it.
Any BCAAs and stuff like that that help with muscle recovery or have promoted to be better for muscle recovery?
My opinion, get a good high quality protein powder that has BCAAs in it. And that's what I mean. Obviously protein shake. People will argue this. Protein shake within 30 minutes of working out is optimal, in my opinion. I've seen people say you need to drink it beforehand. I don't believe in that. I want to lift on an empty stomach or haven't eaten and then already digested.
You don't do a protein shake before you go lift?
No. Why would you want to do that?
I'd do one before, one after.
I mean, I guess if you're trying to bulk or something, sure. It's not needed.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. If I could, if you know, my future would be doing interviews with people like you.
I sent you the workout plan to get bigger.
I'm not. Hold on, buddy. You didn't even let me talk.
Okay.
Not only talk about financial markets and stuff, but also have health experts on, like yourself. I'm not putting you down here. I mean,
good.
Just like you, but to also
talk
about.
I am not a health expert.
But I would one day. I mean, that's the future plan for sure.
I mean, look, to me, people work out the wrong way, in my opinion. And I think that people don't focus on legs. People don't focus on calisthenics. You can't just do compound movements. And pull-ups, dips, and push-ups are so important.
Yeah, but you know what? Okay, here's the thing. Here's my belief. My belief is that I can smoke you in pull-ups. Okay?
Wow, absolutely.
But you sent me this workout plan, and he was like, I forget what it was, but he was like 15 pull-ups, then 15 pull-ups, then 15, and I'm like, you're doing sets of 15. I'm like,
Yeah.
at your biggest, you must have been what, 270?
No. Dude, I wasn't 270 in that picture.
250?
No, maybe freaking 215, 220,
How tall are you?
5'8".
Okay.
You're older than me.
Yeah, well, no, but your build is, if you were a little bit taller for someone with your stature, you definitely get up there in size.
Oh, yeah.
But that said, you jumping up on a bar doing 15 pull-ups at 220 is insanity.
Not when you have done pull-ups your whole life.
And you're a pull-up guy?
Yeah.
You don't really have a calisthenic build. That's what I'm trying to suggest.
Oh, no. Like, I am huge on calisthenics. Like, dips and pull-ups are bread and butter. Like, and
That's crazy to me.
it's not just like regular pull-ups. Like, people get that wrong. Regular pull-ups are very important, but doing hammer pull-ups like this, so good because you get such a deeper range of motion when you come up than when you're like that. It's just your body.
I can't see your arms at all.
You can get so much deeper on it. I'm telling you,
I like to do them like this rather than like that. I can't see anything.
Pull-ups are freaking the most underrated exercise there is.
Yeah, no, I do a lot.
I cannot do splits. I've never been able to do splits. No freaking way.
I do a lot of especially because I have bad shoulders, so dead hangs and stuff like that are really, really beneficial for bad shoulders. So I can do some pull-ups, but I was just surprised that you were such a calisthenics guy. It just blew me away.
Yeah, I mean, look, calisthenics is important. It gives you a lot of strength, and supersetting is huge. Like, don't just go into a gym and do bench and wait around for 2 minutes to do another set. Do bench and then lat pull downs.
Yeah, I got my own feelings about your choices of muscles, but yeah.
I mean, push pull. You don't do pull pull or push push. You do push pull on the same day.
I absolutely do. I'm not doing. I'll go do a back, arms, legs, chest, shoulders, legs. That's
In the same day?
No. That's my week.
Okay.
Back, arms, legs, chest, shoulders, legs.
Yeah, you're missing that.
You're doing chest, back, legs, abs. I'll do legs, abs. That's fine. But like, who does chest and back in the same day? That blows me away.
Everybody.
Those are the two biggest muscle groups aside from your legs, and you're doing them in the same day. How is your body giving those muscle groups enough blood? I mean, like, what, are you supposed to be pumped throughout your whole body?
It's two different muscle groups.
I know. I'm just saying, like, I don't feel like that's. I'm not an expert here, but that does not
I
seem
mean, neither am I.
appropriate.
That's just the way that we lift it.
Chest and back is Arnold style.
Yeah, have you ever watched Pumping Iron?
I have.
Okay.
I like that movie a lot, actually.
Right.
Balls out in the gym.
Yeah, all I know is that everybody from where I grew up does back and chest together. And the gyms I've gone to, everybody does back and chest together.
The secret's in the milk. I mean, milk definitely helps.
No, look, if you want to get bigger and you don't want to, and you want to be strong and you don't want to freaking be sore, my opinion, what worked for me was 1 gram to 1.5 grams per pound of body weight of protein. That's what
I
worked.
made it very apparent in multiple posts and on this channel that I do think, as part of a real investing channel, some part of taking care of yourself, it like in your health, is very important. I mean, we are playing a compounding game, and yet less people are talking about how many years that they actually want to compound for. Like, I don't know. I think that that's important to take care of yourself and your money. Any other stocks that you're buying, Steve?
No, I'm only buying BMNR and NVDA at this point. I bought a little bit of Salesforce the other week, not much. I actually just I just exited. I was reading the chat. I just exited my final tranche of Alibaba.
Tell me about the Chinese market right now, because I'm not
I
touching
don't
any of it.
know. I'm not following it. All I know is that I haven't looked at it in a while, and Bob was at like 177 or something like that, and it was well above where I averaged down to, so I got out.
And if it's an American company, by the way, it still looks really cheap.
It looks so cheap.
But you risk Trump just delisting it.
Well, I rolled that money into BMNR, so
There you go. Any BMNU potentially.
I don't even know what that is.
That's 2x leveraged BMNR.
No, thank you.
What if you see a large dip? I think I was talking with Chris Patel on this. Like, if it drops back down to the 40 ranges, he's going to BMNU until it gets back to these ranges and then just swap it for BMNR and make a little extra profit.
I mean, okay.
But I think the problem is that, to me, I'm not well versed enough in crypto winters. Like, it can last decently long. No, like you can be holding on to 2x leverage BMNU while Ethereum falls down to 3,500.
Whoa, 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 whoa. IRA M. What is that? Misty dividends going weekly? Why is this the first I'm hearing of this? Is that real? Is that true? We get a weekly
dividends
paycheck?
going weekly starting next week.
Hold on. We getting a weekly paycheck now? Where's the news?
I don't know. Check the
Should go
who's the company that monitor that made that fund?
Yield Max.
Yeah, go to their website.
That's a good point. We should probably go there.
Tanner's the next Brian Johnson. You talk about taking a protein shake, and then people are like, "Oh, you're health maxing." Okay, let's see. Yield max, yeah, but it's not yield max. Yield max is not the only one that's doing the growth and income strategies. I mean, there are a few.
Well, everybody's doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, Steve is 6'10" in our hearts.
I wish I was like 6'3".
Steve, when is the Tanner interview?
Soon. Very soon.
That's your answer, Jimmy. Soon.
It's Tanner wasn't late. It was on me. Waiting for some things to happen on the YouTube account, and then it's going to come.
What are we going to talk about? Because I'm just going to say exactly what I just said
No,
today.
no. It's not going to be one of these conversations. Like, I'm going to ask you some questions. Some real questions.
How big's your NVIDIA position? That's what he asks. Every time he calls, he goes, how big's your NVIDIA position?
Nothing like that. Nothing like that.
What are you going to ask me? I'm worried.
Why would you be worried?
I don't know. I'm being interrogated.
Would you like me to send you a list of questions beforehand?
Do you have a list?
I have a list.
Drop them in the say them right now.
No. Don't kill the surprise.
I won't answer them.
No, be the surprise. All right, I'll give you a teaser, but you can't talk about it.
Okay, I won't say anything.
All right. One of the things I'm going to ask you is, what is your process for finding stocks early? Because you have called a lot of things correct at a very early point where nobody believed in that. So that is one of the things I will be asking you.
And I can't say anything related to this right now?
Not right now, no. There's going to be a bunch of questions.
I think you give me too much credit for.
No, because look, it wasn't easy to be as bullish as you were, or have as much on a percentage basis of your portfolio tied to NVIDIA when you had it. So no, I give you the credit that you deserve, because you've been very right on a lot of things.
Without answering the question, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, if you tell me Nancy Pelosi is your aunt, That's pretty funny.
What's up with the mustache? Yeah, that's first question. I think it looks good, surprisingly. I know that's a shock, but I like it.
Are you going to grow it so it comes down here with some handlebars?
No, my girlfriend makes me cut it. It starts to grow it, and then once it gets, I have to keep trimming it. And it probably is due right now. But yeah. Sauna maxing. I am sauna maxing for sure. But if I ever want kids, supposedly the saunas have to stop and like completely. Like I was reading about the sauna versus my swimmers, and it's like you have to stop for 6 months in advance, or else it cuts your odds like 1/10. Like you've got low odds. So that's BS. I mean, I just Googled it. I'm not a testicle doctor or whatever. I just Googled it.
Wow.
Cold plunge after sauna. Yeah, it just brings them back. But yeah. Anyway, that's one way to kill a conversation, I guess. Steve didn't want to go off that.
No, thank you. Not really interested in your swimmers.
Okay. How long have I been going for? Oh my gosh, bro. Has this been almost 3 hours? No. Sorry. No. No, I started at 8:30 today. I thought I started at 7. I was like, oh my gosh. That went long.
Tippy 2 stacks, I actually don't know because I've never maxed. And that sounds weird because everybody tries to max.
I don't see this comment. You gotta say what you're answering here.
What was my max bench?
Okay.
I will tell you that I've done 315 for 12.
315 for 12. Crazy. Okay.
But once again, the way that I lifted for reps. Like my working sets were just 225, 15 to 18 times. Those are my working sets.
Yeah, it's crazy. But you used to go to like those things, and like you were really into like the strongman competitions and stuff. Like you would follow them and stuff.
I mean, I'd watch them. I wouldn't do that stuff. Like,
no, but you would watch them. Like you knew
know
who was competing.
All that stuff is to watch. Oh my god! But look, like for the people saying that I'm 270, I can only bench 315 twice, but you're probably not working out the way that I did. Like I built the muscles around everything. Like you can't just go and do flat bench and incline bench and then dumbbells. Like you got to build your tries, your back. Like it's all in how you work out. Like I worked out for my whole body. Like I worked out different. I sent Tanner the plan.
Here's my hot take. Flat bench is useless.
Yeah, that's a hot take.
Incline bench is all you need, baby. That's where it's at. I don't care about flat bench at all, but catch me at incline bench every single chest day, obviously.
Incline bench is incredibly important. There's no question about it. Some would say it's more important. I would actually be on the camp that it is equal or more important, but flat bench has a huge place.
Yeah. And I do like incline with dumbbells as well, but the problem is I find I can't get enough weight up. Like having an actual bar allows you to get much heavier than dumbbells. But dumbbells is nice for the stabilization for sure.
Dude, Mark, don't say that. Nobody should be taking roids. Come on.
Well, if you didn't say anything, I wouldn't have brought the comment up on screen, and then it would have. Mark, don't tell them where to get these steroids at this location for this amount.
Red meat. That's what you need. Red meat and protein.
Okay. Let's actually, before I wrap, really quick. Congratulations to Melli and D local investors. U.S. Treasury announced directly purchasing Argentinian pesos for a $20 billion currency swap agreement, which essentially is highlighting that the U.S. is helping Argentina's currency and economy. So Mercado Libre and D-Local got a big bump on that news. It's quite exciting. I hold both. Nubank is not in Argentina, but they didn't catch a bid at all, even though they're LATAM. But I am, people know, very bullish on Latin America. Shift 4, this might be bad news for Shift 4, but good for America. So pay attention, Steve. Jared Isaacman is potentially getting another shot at the head of NASA. So he's meeting with Trump. We'll see. I think he's the most capable person for that job. So that would be pretty awesome for you Americans if Jared Isaacman does get that spot. And he should have in the first place. Next, Steve, I want your opinion on this video. Tell me what you think about this. You getting one of these for your house?
No, you already know the answer is yes.
I'm just going to put this in a much faster. So remember, guys, this is in 2x speed. So don't actually think it's this good just yet. But new Figure AI put out their third model. And I mean, it looks good. It looks good. They show it, around the house and it cleaning up.
It's going to be freaking great is what it's going to be.
Serving some drinks. Isn't that fun? So how many NVIDIA GPUs do you need for this thing?
So much.
An onboard GPU.
And it can charge itself. I mean, that's just freaking great.
Well, you think it stops at not being able to charge itself?
No, I'm just saying,
they get all this way. You can buy a Roomba today that'll charge itself.
So in all seriousness, think about how great this is going to be for the elderly. It's going to be phenomenal.
This is my only problem with it. It takes whatever that was on the counter and then walks over to the kitchen and then just throws the garbage in the sink.
All right. Well, it needs improvements. But look, I'm going to get one of these for my parents without question.
Yeah. It's pretty good. I mean, it's clunky, and we're on 2x speed right now. So it's taking its sweet time.
Give it a couple of years.
Yeah. I also love seeing it in the squat position because I know that its legs aren't burning. So it could just sit down there, just doing what it needs to do in a squat position.
Yep.
Oh, this is its view. Oh, man, it's going to be good.
This is going to be so great.
Yeah. I just wonder how much the cost of it's going to be. If it's going to be 30 grand,
22 to 25 grand.
Yeah, I mean, then it's popular as ever.
Oh, it's going to be incredible.
I think on Figure's last round, they wanted like 100 grand a year for leasing costs for these things. I'm like, this is not going to blow up if you're charging that much. I'd rather just hire a person.
He said 22 to 25 in the last thing that I heard, and it will blow up.
Who's he?
Elon.
Yeah, okay, but that's not Figure.
That's Optimus.
Yeah, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. It's only going to get better.
That's not Elon's product. That was Figure AI's.
Right.
But yeah, it's going to be cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for watching. Please check out my boy Steven Fiorillo. I should have brought this up. Steven Fiorillo on YouTube now.
Woohoo!
What do you think about that? Uploading some videos?
One a day.
How long have you had this channel? You got 6,000 subscribers. It's insane. You're
less than a week.
Yeah. I'm not even remotely growing at that speed.
I mean, okay.
Yeah. What can I tell you? I'm the
Well,
top
no,
guy on
look,
Speaking Alpha.
listen, I got a huge boost off of Amit, you, Chris, and Matt. So,
Oh, I mean, yeah, you've been doing a lot of free labor beforehand, right? So, yeah, we appreciate you, Steve. Everyone go drop Steve a follow.
thank you.
But until next time, thank you all so much for watching. Really do appreciate your time. And bye for now.